three. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try to break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Stroud to throw it. Throw here taken in by Riley, the tight end. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
Broncos, first down. First down and goal to go.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the
and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. R.J. Harvey, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Saints, first down. A gain of 7. And the Saints, first down.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 35. The Saints have 4-9 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Saints 3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Option right, here's Stroud. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. Looking to put a drive together. On the bootleg, Stroud. Throw right side, it's pulled in by Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd and 5.
Now Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are crying.
Right. Too humble.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 8.
On the 31-yard line.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
He is tackled at the 27-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Patterson's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Denver's offense ready to go again. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials are going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pass taken in by his good tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
It's a gain of 6. First down, New Orleans.
Back to throw now on first down. From the left side, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 yards. And the Saints, first down.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down.
They'll drop the throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Patterson's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud sets up the play action. There's Trimble, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing now is Stroud. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes after something. Let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just a touch.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. R.J. Harvey with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2.
Broncos 14.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 3. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Open man is playing. He's got it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Stroud now to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
The throwing again is Stroud. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Danny Stutzman on the cover.
Stroud. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Stroud to throw it. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Stroud. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tommy Tremble, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Saints, 16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ooh, the juke. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He'll drop to throw. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players, but for the real teams, the home stretch.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Gets by him at the 25. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Trying the left side with Kamara. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. He finds his man, complete. It's Vasquez. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Picked up on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Patterson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So now we'll look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Stroud. Short throw, hauled in by Trimble. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Romero. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Patterson's kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Stroud looking to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bonito. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Stroud off the play fake. That's to the tight end, Waller. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Stroud. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Ruled out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. And Stroud now to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there, a big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Saints offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw here. In trouble, and he's taken down. And that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard.
Stroud sets up the play action. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. Trotty. Now he's into the clear again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. R.J. Harvey, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Broncos will add to their 4th quarter lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Point after here coming up. And that makes it a 9-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They start the drive on the ground. Camaro. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 32.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on a schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
First down.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
48-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Camaro. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 81 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Camaro again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
That's another
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Camaro. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. There's the stiff arm. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
This is called by Williams. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Play action. Stroud now.
Finding Williams once more, complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Harvey will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 9. A little under 2.5 to go. The 2-minute warning, that's going to be their only chance to stop the clock, so they'll need to move quickly here on first down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Vasquez.
A gain of 19 yards.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
A gain of 19 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
A loss of 7 yards.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right?